This is the At Home with Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home, reporting on the game that just finished at Pride Park. Derby County 0,
Millwall 1.
3 points again away from home in a season where we just need to be back in the ground regardless of the football. It's a difficult season. There's no getting around it without fans, and we're just plodding along, but picking up points, making us safe in the Championship, which is ultimately what this season's all about. It's the longest pre-season ever, really. That's how I see it. It's an actual pre-season for when we can go back into the game next year. But there's no getting around it. There's a word that I won't use, but we've certainly done it today. Done a number on Derby. Two things I want to say before anything else. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. All the Millwall mums. There's plenty of them. Obviously, happy Mother's Day to... Do you want to say happy Mother's Day to yours?
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mum.
Happy birthday?
Oh, happy Mother's Day, sorry.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. To be fair, I said it first. That's why I confused you. And the second thing I want to say is, Wayne Rooney, after your comments about us fans at the home game, do one. I was going to swear, but I decided not to. I don't normally swear. Thanks very much for your comments and your likes on the video. We really appreciate it. It's difficult. We're not going to be too long on this video because virtually nothing happened in the game. In terms of attacking threat, very little from either team. We had a 5-3-2 formation with Bartosz in goal, a back three of Cooper, Pearce and Hutchinson. Left wing back was the return of the man mountain, Murray Wallace. Right wing back was Marlon Romeo. We had a midfield three of Thompson, Woods and George Evans playing in midfield, and then a front two of Mason Bennett and Jed Wallace. Obviously, 3 ex-Derby players in that starting lineup, as well as an ex-Derby manager, and they would have liked to get one over on Derby. We didn't really look like scoring throughout that entire match, to be fair. However, first minute into the game would have been completely changed if George England had any bollocks. He didn't. He should have signed off. Who should he have sent off?
Josh Knight.
Knight should have been sent off first minute for the tackle that he made on Thompson. It's a disgraceful challenge. He's nowhere near the ball. Goes straight down onto his knee, kind of in a slashing motion. I don't know how he's not even got a booking. It's because it's the first minute, but it's a disgraceful challenge that should have been. It's worthy of a red card. Didn't get one. Obviously, we break forward from that. It's a Jed Wallace free kick from about 30 yards out, which was probably our best opportunity. Other than the goal scored.
Because Thompson got fouled again.
Yeah, fouled again. He had picked up 4 fouls. Obviously, Tomo struggles to stay on his feet. But it was a free kick from Jed that went just wide. We didn't really create much else of that. We did have a good break down the right between Mason Bennett and Jed Wallace, but it didn't really come to much. There was no attacking threat. Bennett did cause them problems. He was lively, put them under pressure, and he worked really hard, which was good to see from Mason Bennett. It was a good hard-working performance from him, which is what we need. And we were dangerous on the break, but Jed and Mason didn't quite get the right pass at the right time. Obviously, Derby looked the most dangerous when they were attacking down their right and crossing it in. Murray Wallace a little bit slow out to balls at times. And Romeo sleeps so often at the far post and allows Forsyth, I think it was 2 or 3 times, to sneak in behind him and get a header on. One, I think Bart had to save. The other 2 went wide. But that's the only way, really, they looked like scoring Derby today. And that was a little bit sleepily from Marlon. In fact, I thought Marlon had a poor game other than a great run in the second half, which we'll talk about. The only other thing that I can think of that happened was... for them in the first half was Josviak had a shot, quite a decent hit shot, straight at Bart. But for all their possession, Derby, there was a lot of sideways passing. It was crab football going one side to the other, but it never really looked like penetrating us at any stage. And obviously, with 3 big centre-backs, it's going to be difficult to break us down. Mm-hmm. Our goal comes on the 44th minute, just before half-time. It goes, we're always going to be dangerous from corners. Murray Wallace adds more height into a team that's already packed with 6-foot-plus players. So a brilliant delivery by Jed Wallace. And Hutchinson does what Hutchinson's done many, many times. He's headed it back across goal. There's nobody on the post, he's had 3 cleared off the line this year, Sean Hutchinson. Nobody there to clear this one off the line, and he puts us 1-0 up. Neither team deserved to be ahead, but we'll take it. We'll take the 1-0 at that stage. You know, second half comes and I felt that Derby were going to put us under a lot of pressure. They didn't. They had a lot of the ball, but didn't put us under a lot of pressure. You know, Bart has had virtually nothing to do all game. Obviously, you can say the same about us. I don't think we created anything in the second half. Do you remember? I don't think
we didn't. There was 3 shots on target in the whole game. That just sums it up.
It really does. You know, the only real chance that I can remember Derby having was a free kick. You know, Evans has just got beat to the ball. The free kick just outside the box. Derby smash it into their own geezers. You know, that just absolutely sums up.
Into Joswack's
just
right in the back of the head.
His head, and then the ball goes up in the air, and Bennett gets his head on it to clear it. I felt second balls wise, we done better today. You know, Evans in the midfield, I felt was really good. My man of the match today was Sean Hutchinson. I felt he was absolute no nonsense, intercepted the ball well. You know, it was a defensive display. You know, he wasn't asked to pass much. I felt that he was always in the right place at the right time. He covered for Marlon very, very often, and that's what you need if you want your wing backs to go further forward. I thought Hutchinson was absolutely superb. You had a different man in the match, didn't you? Who was yours?
I do agree that Hutchinson and all of our backline, except for Romeo, played fantastic today. But I think I've got to give it to Evans because it was a midfield defend type role today. He was he was everywhere, and he has quite a bit of pace for for someone that's supposed to be playing in defender, and I think he showed what he can do today. In the centre of midfield, I have to agree. I felt he played really well. You know, notable mentions, Pearce done really well at the back. So did Jake Cooper. We looked really solid. Murray Wallace doing really well to come in at left wing back. I felt that Shane Ferguson, when he did come on, struggled. You know, I'd have liked to see Junior Tienza in that time. And I do want to see our youngsters get played more. You know, Billy Mitchell, Tienza, even Tyler Bury. We're not going down now. You know, 49 points. We're pretty comfortable in staying in this division. We should at least pick up a few more points before the end of the season. So we've got to start playing our youngsters to make it interesting and see what they can do. Derby did do a couple of little bits of good play. You know, I do remember a slide rule pass through the back of our defence, but it's cut back to nobody. That, you know, the final decision from Derby today was not good enough, and that's pretty much why they haven't scored today. Saying Bradshaw and Mitchell both come on, they don't really get impacted in the game. I don't think, neither of them. Obviously, the only chance that Derby had towards the end when they're pushing for the game was a corner themselves. Goes to Sibley at the back post. Funny enough, Evans had lost him, and Sibley at the far post. You know, the Sibley that destroyed us at the den, and it's hit the top of the bar and went out and didn't really create much else from that. Obviously, we said about Romeo having the great run down the right to get us. You know, that's what you need when you're under the cosh. I felt that he done that really well. J-Bod and Williams come on. I felt that J-Bod put himself about, actually. You know, when he came on, I think he made a little bit of a difference in trying to keep the ball further up the pitch so it wasn't always coming back at us. But it's 3 points. You know, it's a tough season to keep talking about and keep watching and not celebrating goals like you normally would. You know, that would be fantastic if we're driving home after a 1-0 win and celebrating and having that atmosphere like we did, obviously, at Derby the last time we fans actually went to go up there and Bradshaw nicked us the 1-0 win that day. It feels so much different. It feels so much better when you've actually been to the game. And times like this where the football's not great, the football's boring. In fact, it's a boring game to watch. The result when you're there, it makes it so much better. It makes it so much more important that you saw Millwall win. And you're sharing it with other people. Listen, it's not fun, it's not pretty, but it's 3 points. We've got QPR away on Wednesday, a 1900 kickoff, but we'll leave it there. That's 3 points for the Lions. Only one way to end it. Put a like on the video if you don't mind, and subscribe. We need to get to 2,000. We'll run a competition if we get to 2,000 for you to win something. One way to finish it. No one likes us. We don't care. Yes.